Hi, once again I am here to speak to you about voting. It's been brought to my attention that sometimes with new voters, they don't know exactly what it is that they are expected to do with the pamphlets and information that they receive in the mail. It can be very overwhelming, downright confusing, it's true. But when you receive your voter's information packet in the mail, take it out, spread it out, and be attention to those special security envelopes because those are very important. If you don't send it back properly and follow the instructions of which envelope gets filled first and where you send it, if you don't do it right, they'll throw your votes out. That's not a good thing. So be very cautious about the envelope scenario, what you have to do with that. When it comes down to the candidates, read the information that is available, but again, like I have warned before, just like me, mine will not have the $750 photograph. Mine will not have the $750 3-sentence thing. They still have to put out the voter's pamphlet. They're just not going to get 1,000 whatever out of me. What? That'd be what? 1,500, I guess? The point is, when you receive your voter's pamphlet, take it apart, set your envelopes to the side. Go over the candidates that are there. Doesn't matter if they have a picture or not. Look to what your instinct tells you, because it's not always a pretty face. It's not always the best tie. It's not always the person who's already in office. Sometimes it's more than that. So don't dissuade simply because a name doesn't have a photo. Mine won't. The other piece is they'll put in their other laws that they would like. So when they write the law, they're going to write it in a way that is going to make the community go, yay, we really want this. So it's designed to persuade you to vote yes. Unfortunately, they tend to put the highest positive that the people would like to hear because they figure you're only going to go maybe 2-3 sentences in, so they get bang right at the top of the bill. But they further down put in stuff that you might not really want. So if it's too confusing, don't vote for it. Vote no, because no is a vote too. No says you're not going to get my support in this. If it's clean and easy to understand and the laws say to you, this is what we're trying to accomplish here, vote yes. If it feels right, and each one of those laws that they're trying to bring into legislation, each time they want to bring one into legislation, here's the thing, it has a number on it. And you can look up the entirety of it online through the state of Oregon by putting in the letters and the numbers that are right beside what they want you to vote in to become law. Look it up online and read a little further if you want to be sure. Sometimes they're very straightforward and they just make sense. Go for it if your heart says yes. Other times it's confusing and you're not sure and you can't really get the information. Vote no on it, because that way they're going to fail and they're going to have to come back to the table with something that makes sense. And if it's not making sense, there's probably a reason. So once you go through, choose the candidates that you like. There's many good ones there. And you look to the different legislation that they'd like to make law. Mind you, again, they're writing it in a way that is to be passed. They don't put something up there they don't want to pass. Be clear about it. Take your time. Your packet's coming to your home. You have time to fill it out. You have time to go online. You have time to call friend and family and ask around for other people's opinion, because different people feel different ways about it. And don't be afraid to look at a much bigger picture of how the community views it. Because I know there's legislation about, well, very uncomfortable subject for many, marijuana, state taxes, what they want to take from the elderly and the disabled, what they want to do with veterans, schools. There's a lot of laws that are coming down the pike. Well, when in doubt, throw it out. Vote it down. A yes vote gives it an opportunity to become law. A no vote means I don't want this. That's your voice. Once you finish filling it out, and be sure that you use the proper pin color and the like and follow their rules, because they want to have reasons to toss out our votes, whether it's not put in properly in the envelope or you haven't colored in the notches for yes and no. They'll want to toss that if it doesn't suit their agenda. So be careful about filling in properly, making your name and your signature legible. Make sure that you take it and put it in the envelopes in the appropriate direction, because if you put it in the wrong one, then you tear it open to put it back. No, they'll see that tear that you did and out it goes. So your vote and your voice doesn't count. So yes, you need to pay attention to the details, devil's in the details, as they say, but voting is extremely important, more so now than any other time that I can imagine. I'm sorry, this is the time we live in. We need your voice. We need your vote. We, the people, need to stand and say, we want a better future. So get that envelope from your ballot box. It's your voice. It matters. And I want everyone voting. And if you have someone in your family who has trouble with reading, a grandmother, an auntie, someone who needs a little help, read it to them. Help them make their choices. But don't sway their vote. You let them vote for themselves. Don't argue with them. That's important. But help everyone who needs help. I have some family members who have reading disabilities. I help them by reading it to them, and I allow them to decide for themselves. And no, I don't argue with them. Believe it or not, I really don't. So by all means, please bring the vote. We need all of you. We need all of you. So if you have any other questions, there's also a phone number on the packet down at the bottom that you can call in and ask questions of. Look it up online, ask family, friends. You'd be surprised how much help there is out there. But let's bring the vote. It matters. God bless and take it easy. Let's have a happy Salem. Hi, it's me again, Beverly Wright, running for State Representative, Seat 21, here in Salem, Oregon, and I have a political message for you. Vote. By all means, vote. Vote for what you believe in, vote for what you want, vote for what's important to you. Vote. I want to see everyone give themselves the opportunity to go and fill out those forms, whether you mail it in, whether you go in person, vote. I can't think of another time in history when we have needed our votes to be in full force so that we can get the word and the message forward. It's not just about putting people in or out of office. It really is about hearing the people say, this is what we want. Every vote really matters. It matters. If you're having difficulty with it, maybe you need it in a different language, maybe you have vision problem. There are people, family members, friends, clergy, there are people who can help you fill out your form. But by all means, vote. This year is so very, very important to vote for what you believe is the best. Now, there are sometimes when I'm going through the different flyers and I'm reading the information on the different, not just the people, but the different laws that they want to put in. When in doubt, vote it out. It's a very simple concept. If that law is not cognitive enough, you look at it and you go, ugh, what are they talking about? Vote it down. If it makes no sense, it doesn't belong in with the rest of our laws. It just doesn't belong there. If we keep voting out those laws which are up to go in force that are not clear enough in layman terms, as some would put it, vote it down. Don't vote yes on something you don't understand, because it's probably written that way on purpose. So please, 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 read it. If you're in doubt, vote no. If you're sure it's good, vote yes. But be aware, there's talk at the Capitol yet again to vote in yet another state tax. I guess some people haven't heard. Here in Oregon, we don't do state tax for purchasing items. We don't do that. It's not our style. You can go to any other state that does that, but it's not an Oregon thing. So by all means, get out there and vote. Vote for who you believe really wants to get the job done. Vote for your convictions. And if you don't know, vote it out. When in doubt, vote it out. Because if it's not clear, there's probably going to be a consequence wrapped up in it. Just my 2 cents. Hooray for this year's vote. Let's bring in a whole new group of people that can stand up and do the job. I'm looking forward to seeing you out there giving your vote, because your voice matters, and so does our community and our state of Oregon. Thank you. Have a great day.